On today's show, we head down to the nation's capital, as well as Hampton, Virginia, to motivate, encourage, and inspire students from Howard and Hampton universities on UNCF's HBCU Empowerment Tour. And we get up close with students to find out why they chose to go to an HBCU and how that's impacted their lives. And in Post of the City, the people are talking about the impact and the life lessons they've gained from the Empowerment Tour stopping in their community. Plus, Hill gets one-on-one with students from both Howard and Hampton. And we have your empowerment moment in the spotlight.
We're going to use the idea of being active architects of our own life. What's the first thing an architect does when they set out to build their dream?
All that and more today on Empower Me TV.
Hey, I'm on the Empower Me tour. I'm sitting with Tiara at Howard University, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her HBCU experience and what all that means to you. Come on, talk to us about it.
My HBCU experience is something that I couldn't describe. I kind of feel like if I would have went anywhere else, I wouldn't have had the same opportunities I have here. I feel like being able to know your people and getting to know someone new every day, and you find that so many people have the same ambitions and drive that you have. And a lot of times where you're from, you don't have that. And it's great to see young African American people wanting to dream dream big and want to do great things with their lives and not just sit around and just be okay with doing mediocre jobs.
Hey, sitting down with Jarrell on the campus of Hampton University, part of the Empower Me tour with Hill Harper, and we're going to talk about your HBCU college experience. Tell us a little bit about it, why you chose to come to a HBCU and what it's meant to you.
I chose to come to a historically black college because to defeat the stigma that historically black colleges are inferior to predominantly white institutions. I'm the first one to graduate from college in my family, and I've made it to my senior year here at Hampton. And it feels wonderful to feel that I have accomplished something that someone in my family has not accomplished, but also at a historically black college. And going to Hampton has opened many doors. I have worked at NASA, University of Illinois in Chicago, and Duke doing summer research, and I have been offered many jobs. So to say that going to a historically black college is inferior is definitely not true. It is. You get the same kind of education and resources as any other place and any other education around the country and around the globe.
Get up close with Empower Me TV on the Empower Me Tour featuring Hill Harper by logging on to www.empowermetour.org and register for the Tour Zone, where you can get your photo taken, walk the red carpet, record a video diary, win prizes, plus enter to win a scholarship from UNCF. All that and so much more in the Tour Zone, but you gotta be registered. So log on today at www.empowermetour.org or stop by the registration table when we land on a campus near you.
So tell us, how important is it for this particular organization, UNCF, Wacowie, to partner up and bring this type of empowerment series to your college campus, to your community?
It's most definitely important, man. It's inspirational to people like us. Like I was just telling Hill himself. I'm a 22-year-old freshman, man. His book really, is inspirational. It's good for young, black men and women, for that matter. And it just gives you a sense of hope, and also gives you a structure to build around so you can get to that promised land that he speaks about.
And I'm talking to some parents who attended the Empowerment Series. They have the kids with you, if you can see here. So tell us some of the things that you got from today's Empowerment session.
Well, to live out the dreams, and there's no, the sky's the limit. That's the most important thing, and that whole architecture structure thing, it's not rocket science, and basically those encouraging words is encouraging me to move on and just to live my dream and live my goals. The sky's the limit, regardless if you're 44, 84. You can do it.
Well, I think it's an awesome experience, and listening to you and having asked those questions about how did you come to a HBCU, I would have shared with you that my son initially from middle school through high school always wanted to go to Syracuse University, but when I sent him on the Black College tour, he was sold. The experience I first recognized in his first year about more responsibility, being more grounded. That's what we learn at our HBCUs. And the other thing that I find very important is that there's so many of us, it's a norm. So that to me says, you know what, here's the motivation, because we're not isolated. We're all over the place. And if we do the right things, set our foundation with regards to our education, it paves our way, because education is power.
I see you have a copy of Letters to a Young Sister, my book to young sisters, and I see it's tabbed up in certain places. What are some of the things that you saw in there, or you tabbed up that resonated with you, or connected with you?
Well, the one thing that I really enjoyed about the book was that even though you couldn't relate to every single letter that the young lady that you exchanged conversation with, even though you couldn't relate to every single thing, there was something in there that you could actually sit back and think, you know what, I can definitely understand where she's coming from. I feel like even Gabrielle Union's introduction, that really hit home, because coming into college, I was so, I thought that, you know what, I'm coming to college, I don't have to listen to mom and dad. I feel like I'm on my own. And she actually experienced the same thing. And, you know, it's all about humility, she said. And you really have to, like, think about it. You know, your dad's paying for you to come to school. And until you can actually step outside of that and say, you know what, I am not doing this on my own, you can't expect to be able to do everything that you want to do. So that's something that I definitely, like, enjoyed hearing. Because even though my dad would tell me something like that, it meant a lot more, I guess, hearing it from someone who wasn't necessarily my parent, but also went through the same thing.
Have you started investing at all? Are you doing any investment stuff? Have you thought about investing, whether it's the stock market, CDs, bonds, anything like that? Have you thought about that?
Well, actually, with the financial situation going on, I was looking into Washington Mutual, because their share is about 16 cents a share right now. So I was told that they can only go up. So I am looking at placing a couple $100s into that stock market. I was considering AIG, but I'm still not sure on that one. But I am interested in learning my economic knowledge right now. I am in macroeconomics.
Have you invested at all in? Are you invested in anything right now? Not
no.
Yet. Not yet.
No.
Okay, that's good to know. And do you have a job right now? A part-time job? Or
well, this is one of my main jobs. I do photography. I do event photography with all types of artistic events and everything.
So you have started a business. So you have this.
Well, it's not documented. It's not on paper. But yes, I am known for that.
Okay.
Yes.
But you earn money for doing it. You don't do it for free.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a business. It's a real business. So, well, fantastic. Now you planning to go to grad school?
Yes.
Okay. In what?
I'm not positive yet. But it will be something in the business field or in politics.
Lights, camera, action. It's time for the spotlight.
We're living in a time that I call the lotto mentality. When people we all have goals and dreams, and what do? We do like Barack Obama says, we hope that they'll come true. But we don't necessarily have a specific plan about how that's going to manifest. If we're going to use the idea of being active architects of our own life, what's the first thing an architect does when they set out to build their dream, their structure? They make a plan. And what does an architect call a plan? A blueprint. And what does an architect normally use when they sketch out a blueprint? They use a pencil and paper. And why do they use a pencil instead of a pen? So you can erase. And why would you want to erase? Someone says mistakes. I heard mistakes over here. This is interesting. Now, someone said, in case you make mistakes, and I believe that words have power. And as soon as you cop to that idea, and so many of us are so quick to run to the idea of us being capable of mistakes. But as soon as you cop to that idea, it starts to affect your sense of self and self-esteem. And I do truly believe that. So I like another M word better, the idea of modifications.
Hey, join us next time when we head down to Salisbury, North Carolina to Livingstone College. The Empowerment Tour is on the road, coming to an HBCU near you. For more information or to register, log on to www.empowermetour.org. UNCF presents Empower Me TV, brought to you in part by The Self Show, your #1 source for talking entertainment for teens and young adults, giving a voice to those without one.